It has been said that I am the president. Yes, I am the president of Kenya. But the president doesn't hold absolute power. That is why we are a democracy. In a democracy, there is a system of checks and balances. The president is not a dictator. I cannot decide for the judiciary. I cannot decide for the legislature. They make their own independent decisions. I cannot decide for independent institutions. The police, and let me say this without fear of any contradiction. When I came into office, I said I will respect the independence of the police. In fact, the one act I did when I came into office, the first day when I sat on my table as president, I signed the instrument to remove the budget of the police from my office, because that budget was being used to manipulate the police. You all know that it is said, he who pays the piper calls the tune. So I did not want my office to be the one to decide for the police on who to arrest, who to charge, how to pursue corruption. I provide policy, the police run independently.
Mr. President, there's no way you can tell the Kenyan citizen that now the arms of the government, the police, the judiciary, the legislature, they are all independent. Yes, they are supposed to be independent in some extent. We have some decisions that they should independently make. And we have some of the things, more especially when it comes to public resource management, when it comes to the objectives a nation is supposed to achieve. You must oversee the kind of decisions these people are making. You must be there. You cannot assume now they are making decisions and it's okay. Decisions they're making is okay. And now, as a president, now you sit in the executive and you say the decisions I'm making are absolute, are okay, they are good for the people of the Republic of Kenya. So the judiciary is making their own decisions. Legislature is making their own decision. Executive making their own independent decisions. How cohesive do you become? How can we harmoniously, uniformly work together to unite people by speaking? No. And I think one of the reasons why you are saying every of these government bodies, police, executive, and so forth, the reason why you are saying they're independent is because that is where you carry on corruption. Impunitive activities are done in those independent bodies, so that when they are caught, they're supposed to be charged independently. But who is the president of the Republic of Kenya? You are segregating yourself from the problems that you are supposed to solve in this Republic of Kenya. But we know you are the victim because you are the leader. Actually, the reason why you are facing a lot of objection in this nation is because those people are doing rotten things, rotten activities in this nation, and you cannot speak because you signed, you are independent. You see? And now they're doing those things and you cannot speak, and therefore the pinch the citizens are feeling, you don't know where it comes from. And you cannot, of course, find the best way to solve their problem. So I want us to be this way, Mr. President. Some of us want to be the presidents too. And we want the president who can rule this nation emotionlessly. Because the way I look at you and the way you are addressing the people, you are actually emotional. You are not able to control your emotion. You are not able to relax. Every single day you are standing on top of the vehicles and the high places and lying to the people unconsciously. You see, you are talking, but the citizens are requesting simply, why can't you sit in the State House and organize the things which are supposed to be done for the progress of this nation? You see, if you flinch a little bit back and have a reflection on how we can build this nation, I think that is the genesis of growing the economy of this nation. But every time you are on high places talking to the people, defending yourself, the PLO says this: if you have done something good, let those things explain themselves. Why are you explaining yourself too much? You are the one who is standing in high places and telling the people, oh, stop, let us stop campaigns for 2027. We have 3 years ahead. But you know you are the one standing on top of high places, and we have assumed that you are actually doing your campaigns for 2027. So if you want Gachagua, Ichung'wah, and other leaders to stop campaigns for 2027, you got to stop standing on high places and reflect. Sit in the State House, reflect. Can you have a good imagination? The former president said imagination is more powerful. So why can't you sit in the State House and configure, have a look at what is this nation have, and what can we do with what we have? Which kind of problem can we fix? Even if you serve for 5 years and go, there's something, the foundation you might lay down that in the future is going to help the people of Kenya. So stop standing on high places, stop kujitetea, do things, man, and be responsible on the police. Because how can police kill people and say, they are independent, they're making their own decisions? What if they're not making the good decisions for the people? What if activities they're doing ni hakumiza mwananchi? What if that? And of course we know you are the chief of the police, of the armed forces. You are the chief, you are the head. So how can you segregate yourself from the rogue police are doing, from the killing, from the abduction, and you say, I don't know, they're making their own decisions? How can we live that way as leaders? You see, let us take the ownership of this nation, the problems of this nation. Every sector that you are, as citizen, be responsible, take ownership. You as a leader, take ownership of your own problems, and also participate in growing this nation. We are all victims, man. We are all victims.
All the countries, from Kenya all the way to Congo-Brazzaville, have agreed. And the Chinese government has also agreed. I think the only item standing in the way is a financing structure. We are prepared as a government of Kenya to make a contribution. I did ask CCCC to consider also investing. And then again, we need to find together a financing mechanism. And I think it is time for us to engage the Chinese government and also possibly the Chinese private sector in finding a solution, a financing solution, because the necessity of having this infrastructure is agreed across the region, and it's not a Kenyan project. It is actually a regional project in line with the Belt and Road Initiative of the Chinese government.
Public administrators will make good leaders. Na wale wamepata nafasi, wamefanya vizuri sana. Huyu Kenneth Lusaka alienda pale akakuwa governor one time. Along the way akasahau all politics is local. Akaanza kuenda kando na vile watu yake wanaenda, akatupwa nje. Kuenda akarekebisha, akarudi pahali watu wako, akarudishwa. I want to say all politics is local. Na vile unasema mwanatembea, mimi niko hapo. You cannot unite the country when communities are divided, when regions are divided. You first put your region together, then you reach out to other regions, then we have one cohesive country. Lakini wewe naona huko na bahati, naonaga ukisema watu waungane hakuna mtu anakuingilia. Mimi nikisema tuungane kwetu, wanasema hii mtu ni mkabila. I don't understand the criteria because Natembea si amesema watu waungane, watu ya Western. Sijasikia mtu anamuingilia ati ni ukabila. Lakini mimi kutoka mlima nikisema watu wa mlima waungane. Ukabila. Kwani iko sheria ngapi kwa hii Kenya? Iko sheria ya mlima na Wakenya wengine? Mnataka mlima iungane isiungane? Sasa wacha kila mtu aunganishe kwao. Then we all join together for one cohesive country. And CS Eugene, I have heard you. Don't worry, my brother. Kwa hii serikali hii, mimi ndio mwenyewe niko ndani. Hata kukija kamia gani, mimi ni chuma ya zamani, niko huko ndani. I'm inside. Hii serikali sinilipigania. There is no way I can move even an inch. Hakuna nafasi ya kusoka hata inchi moja. Wale rais ameleta, tumewakaribisha tufanye kazi pamoja for one country. And the coming of the people who have come cannot displace the ones who are there. And even if there was an attempt and there isn't, it cannot work. Because mwenye kukaa pale rigiji ni chuma. Iko namna hiyo. So don't relax, there is no problem. So sisi tunataka kwa Kenya waungane. Wale wamekuja kutoka ODM tumewakaribisha. We have one united country, we work together. Because this is our country na tutasonga pamoja. But mimi nataka watu waungane across the country. And we'll continue uniting our people. And there's nothing we can do about that because that is what all regions do.
Governor, mimi nimekuja hapa na nakufuata kwa sababu ya maendeleo. Ungekuwa unafanya zero work, ungekuwa unaniona mali wewe huko. Sasa nikipita pale Dandora, kuna jikoni na kuongoja pale. Imejengwa very beautiful. Very beautiful. Na hii mambo ya majikoni tunapeleka mbele. Ya mwisho kwa wanahabari. Mimi nimeona magazeti wanasema ati impeachment is looming. Where? Na mimi nataka niambie wale watu ambao wanaandika magazeti, kabla uimpeach Sakaja, enda ushago kwenyu, wenda impeach gavana ushago kwenyu. Kabla ukuja uimpeach Sakaja. Sisi Nairobi, tulisema Nairobi, hakuna mambo hiyo ya ujinga na upuzi. Hapa hapana Meru. Nairobi hapana Meru. Kuna watu masam MCS, MCS, wanajifanya ati hao wanajua sana. Before you impeach Sakaja, impeach governor wenyu wa ushago.
I'd not talk about Eric Omondi, I'd not talk about Bahati, not Willie Paul, not Sauti Sol, not Churchill. Let us be intelligent people. I've never said do not tax celebrities. I'd not talk about Akode. I'm talking about these young people. These are the true content creators. I am not a content creator, I am a comedian. Yes, I do content. I also do stand-up. But when I was talking about the 15%, naongelelea vijana. There's a new generation of content creators, TikTokers, Instagrammers, and mostly YouTubers. How are your celebrities? These are the people we are talking about. The government must and needs to support them before they are taxed. And that is what I was saying. So the government, using your agents, do not change the conversation. Eric Omondi has been paying taxes. Churchill has been paying taxes. Celebrities, musicians pay taxes. Everyone knows that. Every time I do an advert of DSTV, my check comes after ASHAAJITOA. I'd not talk about Eric Omondi, I'd not talk about Bahati, not Willie Paul, not Sauti Sol, not Churchill. Let us be intelligent people. I've never said do not tax celebrities. I'd not talk about Akode. I'm talking about these young people. These are the true content creators. I am not a content creator, I am a comedian. Yes, I do content. I also do stand-up. But when I was talking about the 15%, naongelelea vijana. There's a new generation of content creators, TikTokers, Instagrammers, and mostly YouTubers. How are your celebrities? These are the people we are talking about. The government must and needs to support them before they are taxed. And that is what I was saying. So the government, using your agents, do not change the conversation. Eric Omondi has been paying taxes. Churchill has been paying taxes. Celebrities, musicians pay taxes. Everyone knows that. Every time I do an advert of DSTV.